Okay, so I don't want to lie, I think would be the technical word for it, and say that this is like some super impressive game where I just farm a bunch of damage with my torpedoes because the entire enemy team just kind of ints into them because that's what World of Warships players do is they int, they donate, they fucking kill themselves on purpose, and they throw. That is just World of Warships players because they're fucking stupid. That is just the truth of it. But that aside, we are currently playing an ALU Kakazi game. This is a ship that I really don't play that much. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't already figured it out from this business in the corner there, this is a post-recorded replay. I'm not going to say that this is live because it's obviously not. This is a replay. I am just going to say that now. So anyway, I did play this game earlier today, but I didn't actually record it live, which I'm honestly really upset by. I really wish I did get this recorded live, because I got kind of salty after it, because about halfway through, because well, you'll see. This is gonna be a bit of a roller coaster of a game, but for right now, we're just going to take a quick look at the matchmaking threats to our ship. There's no carrier, although there is a Delaware, because of fucking course there would be. On the bright side, he's probably going to be on the very, very back of the map and not doing shit all game, because it is a Delaware player, so, I mean, that's what they do. We do spot the Schlieffen. We have a Gearing and an Oland are the only destroyers in the game. Salem and Moss are radars, and then a Baleo to piss us off because that's what submarines do. Right now, I am expecting the Schlieffen and, of course, the Salem gets spotted here as well. So both of the fucking radars are on this side, as well as a destroyer. Now, we don't know which one of these destroyers there are. It's either the Gearing or the Oland, but we have not seen any torpedoes. We have not spotted the other destroyer at all, so we don't know which one this is. So I'm a little bit cautious of pushing in there. Doubly so with the Salem and the Moskva there, although the Schlieffen is getting farmed out pretty effectively. Right now, what I'm expecting is I'm trying to call out a target on this Salem right here, because we do have an Ohio out here that this Salem is gamer turning in front of. But naturally, no one is going to shoot at him, at least not in time. The Salem is going to get bow in, and he's going to start island cockroaching on sea, in typical Salem player fashion. So what I'm looking at right here is I'm looking at this Salem, and I'm expecting that he's going to stop right around this little area of the island. So what I'm looking at doing is I want to get as close to this Salem as possible, and without getting stuck bow in. I'm basically just going to close in to right here, and I'm going to turn towards this island, and I'm going to get torpedoes off on this Salem, who's I'm thinking is going to be hugging this island. Now, the observant amongst you might have noticed that we did have RPF on us there for a few seconds, and we also just lost it. So what I'm thinking when I saw that RPF, I'm thinking it's probably on this Hindenburg, because what I'm thinking is this destroyer probably pushed up and around, and his RPF, he's probably hanging out somewhere around this area right here, going in circles, and his RPF is kind of juggling between myself and the Hindenburg. And that's what I'm guessing. So, this destroyer, as far as we know, is somewhere up here based on what we think is his RPF. So, just keep that in mind. Except the problem with that theory is now that the Gearing is spotted in B, and the Oland has been spotted over by A. So I'm honestly surprised those hit, but that's fine. Anyway, right now, I was very wrong with where I thought that where that destroyer was based on his RPF. And we're about to figure out the mystery in a few minutes here. If you haven't already figured it out by this point, uh, it'll become obvious in a few minutes. I'll explain it when it does happen. But right now, I'm kind of looking at trying to put some torpedoes into this Brandenburg. But the problem is he's just going to sit here and he's going to kite away. So, it's really not a good torpedo target. And right here, we pick up RPF again. So that immediately tells us that this Moskva right here is in fact running RPF. Uh, why he would be doing that, I really don't know. Maybe it's a clan battle captain. That's really my best guess. Maybe it's his like Petro or Nevsky captain for clan battles, or it's just his regular, or it's his regular captain for clan battles for just any Russian cruiser for that matter, and he just can't be bothered to respec it. Which, if that's the case, fair enough. Uh, I get that respecking things is a pain in the ass, and sometimes you forget. And also, this fucking Brandenburg right here just earned weaponry basics, which I honestly, it's been so fucking long since I've seen any of those. You usually see those at like fucking like tier 2, not like tier fucking 10, tier fucking 8, shit like that. But this guy probably has like single digit account games if he's earning that kind of achievement in a tier 8 game. But here comes the donation train. We kind of had our Yamato just donated, the Fat Freddy, Rupert, and Thrasher all donated. You can't see it, but I did already have the Yamato and the Thrasher were blacklisted. So I already knew that they were like kind of trash. But anyway, enough of that. This Moskva, I'm hoping is going to die. I'm just trying to keep this guy spotted for maybe our Ohio, although I don't think the Ohio has a shot. The Colbert and the Hindenburg are the main ones that are trying to farm this guy. I just need this Moskva dead, which he does die. And now I'm just going to go and run after this Brandenburg, and I'm going to try and keep him spotted, prevent him from going dark from our Colbert. Not that he's going to be going dark anyway, because I think the Colbert is close enough to spot him anyway, but it doesn't hurt to have that extra little bit of spotting on him, just to make sure that someone is in fact going to die, and he does go down. So at this point, we have our Ohio about to step into sea. I'm honestly was expecting the Hindenburg to step into it like 5 minutes ago, but he didn't do that. He decided to kind of just go like around there, which by the way, that Hindenburg, if you were paying attention, uses hydro like right pretty much at the second the game started. So that should tell you everything you need to know about his IQ. This Schlieffen is actually going to be a pain in our asses for the rest of this game. At this point, this Schlieffen is kind of just chilling on that corner right there, denying B. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get over here behind him, and I want to put some torpedoes into him as he backs around away from our Sherman, our Minotaur, our Odin, and our Azuma. I'm just trying to get behind him because I'm expecting this Schlieffen is obviously going to reverse, because why wouldn't he? He has a Minotaur over here. He has an Odin that he knows is right on the other side of the island there. There's a Sherman over there, which I don't think... Obviously, none of them are spotted except for the Azuma, but they all know that they're there because they were spotted previously. So I'm expecting this Schlieffen to just kind of reverse and chill like on this edge of the island, block the shots from the Azuma, get safe from the Odin, heal up a little bit, and then re-engage the Odin. But This Schlieffen is just going to fucking go balls to the wall, and he's just going to walk out broadside in front of an Ohio, in front of an Odin, and he's going to fucking get away with it, too, which is the crazy part there. But anyway, right now we're kind of seeing the sucky part of playing torpedo boats is just when you get games like these. But the issue, or not really the issue, is not really that we aren't doing anything, but it's just that the presence that we are able to exert over here. This Schlieffen, if he's smart, he spotted those torpedoes. He's pinging his map. He's saying Yukikaze is over with the Colbert. Honestly, I could have tried to smoke up our Colbert right here. I still have 4 charges of my smoke, which minor spoiler alert. I don't think I'm going to use any of them, or no, I think I'm going to end up only using one of them. So I really could have tried to smoke up the Colbert right here, but at this point in time, I'm more thinking of we're behind on points. How can we try and get back into this game? What kills are on the board? How can I spot something out? How can I put some torpedoes into something? I'm not really thinking, let me sail off to Narnia with our Colbert, smoke him up, and then try and push back in and risk these guys just being able to kite away. Which, as soon as they see the smoke cloud with the Colbert, that's what they're going to do, is they're just going to kite away. The Janan is just going to smoke up and kite away. So, I wasn't really keen on doing the smoke play with the Colbert. So, right now, we do have a submarine right over here. The pings on the minimap mod isn't working in the replay, but it is there. And what I'm trying to do right now is I just want to try and keep this Schlieffen spotted, and I want to try and keep this Janan spotted, but I also, more importantly, I want to try and secure the kill on this Baleo. Like, it's hard to see without the markers on the minimap, but this Baleo is more or less bow in when he last pinged a few seconds ago. So right now I'm expecting, yep, here we go. We are going to face check a Baleo. And honestly, I was expecting that he's going to dive right here, which I think he's actually going to do. And that's why I'm not shooting at him until right there. Because I didn't want to risk that Janan rounding that corner at the exact right time and then having me spotted, and then I had shot, so I would just be perma-spotted. That's why I held off so long on there, because I was expecting that submarine to dive, and then he took longer than I was expecting him to dive. So by the time I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just going to shoot at him. Our Hindenburg just donated during all of that, by the way. I was thinking, okay, I want to kill this submarine, but I also want to do it so in a way where as soon as that submarine dies, I can instantly go dark. We are going to pop some torpedoes into this Janan smoke. You have to remember, Janan does not have hydro, so I have high hopes for these torpedoes, especially since he's not really thinking about a destroyer in his mouth. He's kind of busy farming out this Ohio. So these torpedoes are hopefully going to look pretty good. And the Oland has been spotted over in the middle as well. And of course, naturally, there's a perfect Janan-sized gap in the torpedoes, which is rather unfortunate. But for right now, this Schlieffen is low. This Janan is not really low, but he is running the risk of spotting me if he keeps reversing like this. But he is going to accelerate because he is technically broadside to an Ohio. And we honestly aren't in the worst position right here. Yes, we are behind on points. This is not a replay bug, by the way. We are behind on points, but the Schlieffen is low. This Janan is low and getting farmed. This Minnesota is Not particularly low. I think he's one of the healthiest members of the team aside from the GK. But it's a Minnesota. I'm not too worried about my chances against him. Same applies to the GK. He's a fair bit healthy, but it's not anything substantial. And right now, all we're going to do is we're just going to step right back into A. They're going to get B, but that's fine. And our Asma is just kind of going to donate in typical Asma player fashion. He kind of just chilled out on the C line all game. And now he's bowing to a GK. So typical Asma players right there. And right now, all I'm looking at is I want to kill this Schlieffen. This Schlieffen is super, super low. We know that. He's been on 3k for like the past 5 minutes, and if he had heals, he would have used them by now. So right now, my goal is I want to kill this Schlieffen before the GK gets up to right here or to right here to be able to do something about it. And I am considering trying to put some torpedoes out on that Minnesota, but he is going to just keep reversing from the Odin. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to waste my time there. And we get very, very lucky that the Olin just kind of ints next to the Minnesota and gets got by the Colbert. And we pop some cheeky shots off at this Minnesota, trying to maybe secure a kill right there, but we don't get it. It's fine. Now all we have to do is kill this Schlieffen. And this GK is not in a position to support because there is an island in between me and him. I'm just going to shoot this Schlieffen. We're going to smoke up. And that's going to be one dead Schlieffen in one numero momento. Here we go. Now, all it is just we step into B, we grab it, and that is going to be game. I forget the button to speed up the replays. Never mind, here it is. We're just going to speed this replay up real quick. Nothing else really happens. We're just going to we're just going to pick up B. And I'm going to greed a little bit for trying to get one more kill, but doesn't happen. It's fine. So I think the value in this replay is really just being able to keep moving, keep that pressure on, keep the spotting pressure on like we did with the Janan, we did with the Masfa, the Salem. I mean, not really. He just kind of ate torps and died. The real takeaway here is just being able to understand when to play for damage and when to play for spotting and caps. And that's really like the big thing right here. In this particular game, we didn't really need to play for damage a whole lot. I tried to get a bit of damage where I can, but more often than not, I was just focused on trying to keep spotting up, trying to keep cap pressure up where able. Even though we didn't really do a whole lot of capping ourselves, we were able to clear the way for, I think it was the Ohio, to get into C. And then we were able to spot out the Janan for our Colbert to kill off. And then we were able to step into A. And then after that happened, that we basically just kind of had them boxed in with the Odin south of B. Me and the Colbert were towards A. And yeah, that was that. And the Hindenburg, who hit Hydro in the first opening seconds of the game, still placed higher than the Sherman and the Fat Freddy. So I'm not even going to comment on that. So that is really all that I have for this replay. Yeah, that's it. I will see you tomorrow.